Welcome to the NPTE Final Frontier podcast, helping one student at a time. Visit NPTEFF.com to enroll today so you can pass tomorrow. Thank you for joining us here on the NPTE Final Frontier podcast. My name is Dr. David Friedberg.
And my name is Dr. Emily Gerby. Today, we will be breaking down some key adrenal disorders you need to know for the NPTE, including things like Cushing's disease, Cushing's syndrome, and Addison's disease.
All right, here is your question. A patient presents with weight loss, hypotension, hyperkalemia, decreased glucose, and bronze pigmentation of the skin. The patient reports poor tolerance to stress. Which condition is most consistent with this presentation? Is it option A, Cushing's disease? Option B, Cushing's syndrome? Option C, Addison's disease? Or option D, Hashimoto's disease?
All right, now before we review each of those option rationales, let's go back and review the key words from this question. So we're trying to understand which condition is most consistent with this patient's presentation. Remember that patient is presenting with weight loss, hypotension, hyperkalemia, decreased glucose, and a broad pigmentation of the skin. And don't forget, they have poor tolerance to stress. All right, option A was Cushing's disease. Now, this is associated with increased ACTH from a pituitary tumor, leading to elevated cortisol. Now, the patient would be presenting with things like weight gain, hypertension, and increased glucose. So think everything is elevated or increased. That doesn't sound like this question, right? Our patient presenting with the opposite, diminished. So we're going to cross off option A. Next up, option B, our Cushing's syndrome. Now, a Cushing's syndrome is caused by an adrenal tumor or excess cortisol. This patient would also be presenting with weight gain, obesity, and hypertension. Again, we can cross off option B. Now, option C, our Addison's disease. Addison's disease is a primary adrenal insufficiency with decreased cortisol and decreased aldosterone. Some classic findings of Addison's disease includes hypotension, dehydration, hyperkalemia, decreased glucose, that bronze pigmentation, weight loss, and stress intolerant. Our siren should be going off with that one because that sounds pretty much like our patient presentation. So we're going to confirm that option C is the best option choice. But let's discuss why D, Hashimoto's disease, is incorrect. Now, Hashimoto's disease is a hypothyroid condition associated with weight gain, cold intolerance, and decreased metabolism. Again, not the findings described here, but another big takeaway is Hashimoto's disease involves the thyroid, while our Cushing's and our Addison's conditions involve the adrenal gland. So again, we can cross off option D.
Now, let's do a quick refresher of the adrenal glands. These sit on top of each kidney, and they play a major role in the body's stress response. When we talk about the adrenal hypofunction, we're referring to adrenal insufficiency, specifically Addison's disease, where there is decreased cortisol and aldosterone production.
So clinically, Addison's disease is going to be presenting with decreased blood pressure, dehydration, hyperkalemia, decreased glucose, and that bronze pigmentation of the skin. Those patients can also present with weight loss, anorexia, GI or gastrointestinal disturbances, and generalized weakness with a poor tolerance to stress, just like our patient presentation in this question. Now, if we switch to adrenal hyperfunction, that's Cushing's. Now, Cushing's disease is caused by a pituitary tumor leading to increased ACTH, while Cushing's syndrome is due to an adrenal gland causing excess cortisol.
Now, both present similarly with elevated cortisol. You'll see increased blood pressure, water retention, increased glucose, weight gain with central obesity, a round moon face, and striae. There is also, which is something also known as something like stretch marks. There is also proximal muscle weakness and atrophy, osteoporosis, poor wound healing, and increased suspected. Okay, everybody, say it with me. Susceptibility. Try it again. Increased risk of infection. There you go. If it doesn't work the first 3 times, you just change the word.
There we go, David. You got there. That is all that matters, right? All right, so let's do a quick comparison. Addison's is hypofunction. Addison's hypo, meaning decreased. So decreased blood pressure, decreased weight, decreased glucose, hyperkalemia, those types of things. Now, Cushing's is hyperfunction. Hyper means elevated. So, hypertension, now elevated blood pressure, increased weight, increased glucose, but hypokalemia. Now, both can present with things like muscle weakness. So, the best thing you can do is be able to identify the outliers.
Now, here is a quote from Usain Bolt. What seems impossible today will one day become your warm up. We both know that whatever you're going through, whatever you're trying to do, it's very difficult. You may have those moments where you're like, I can't do it any longer. But guess what? At some point, you'll look back on those moments and you're going to be like, I did it. And you know what? You're going to be doing so much more and going so much further than you even can think about right now. You'll get there. You are powerful. You are strong. You are a final frontier warrior. You will pass.
Thank you very much for listening. For more information on Final Frontier, please visit npteff.com. You can also go check out all of our social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X.
Till next time, have a great day and a powerful tomorrow.